Hey, what's up, eCom sellers? This is David Liggins II, your host of the eComWhiz podcast presented by FeedbackWhiz. Today, we have a very special guest. This guy has a plethora of information within the e-commerce space. He's done multiple presentations around the country. He's just a wealth of knowledge, and he's going to be dropping some massive gems today. So you should definitely pay attention. If you're looking for more content like this, you can follow us on all socials at FeedbackWhiz on IG, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Without further ado, I'll introduce you to Norm Farrar.
Welcome to the eComWhiz podcast, a podcast that helps Amazon sellers to dominate the marketplace. And I do mean dominate. Each week, we deliver the best interviews with some of the top Amazon influencers in the industry. This is the eComWhiz podcast.
Norm, how's it going?
Going great, thanks.
All right. I know we had some technical difficulties getting started, but we're here today. I'm glad to have you on board with the eComWhiz podcast hosted by FeedbackWhiz. Highly spoke about. You're a jack of all trades and a master of many. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. I know you do logistics and sourcing. You do some managed accounts and marketing and managed services, I should say. And so there's a lot of things that you have your hands in. So I'm going to give the mic over to you. If you could just talk a little bit about yourself and introduce yourself, and also start off, where can people find you? If there's any social media that you want to give out or any emails that they can reach you at, you can start off by doing that and tell us a little bit about yourself.
I believe in no contact. No. Yes, I do have a ton of social media out there, but people could probably just source Lunch with Norm podcast or Lunch with Norm, and you'll probably go to one of the sites. But you can go to normfarrar.com. It has all the information. Or you can go to Facebook and just Norm Farrar. Or you could just email me at norm@amz, like Amazon, amz.club.
Awesome. That's good stuff. So exciting topic today. We're going to be talking about marketers, brand influencers, et cetera, and growing your Amazon brand, which can help you off Amazon as we know it, but also help you on Amazon. I think this is a topic that beginners all the way to advanced users who are in the 7 to 8 figure business or even greater than that are either leveraging right now or should be leveraging in their business. So let's talk a little bit about that. I have a little bit of knowledge, I guess surface level knowledge of what is expected of those things, but not as deep knowledge of you. So I'm going to let you just kind of run with it, engage in some conversation, give some great value to the guests who are listening today. But yeah, so let's get to it.
Well, the first thing is influencer marketing doesn't have to be difficult. You can do it for free. You can go into paid platforms. You could go and approach influencers yourself. There is an art to it, but it's not hard to learn. But one of the things that I think everybody, whether you're small, medium, or large, can benefit from influencers. I was talking to Joe Martin, incredible entrepreneur. He only marketed through influencers. He had a subscription box, and it was a high perceived value. Kardashians picked it up, started to get all these celebrity influencers that love the product, and just sold his business for $500 million. $500
million.
Not bad.
Wow.
But I have to say, like, going to the Kardashians it's a whole different play, or going to, somebody else, whoever that influencer would be, that we call them celebrity influencers. Mm-hmm. And those are 5 million followers plus. The chances are, if I'm selling a bar of soap and it's just an ordinary bar of soap, or they'll probably won't even look at it, but let's say it was a nice looking bar of soap and they're talking about it, I really don't have any say in where it's going to be shown, if it's going to be shown. My partner in the chat agency, Paul Barron, he got a YouTube influencer to show his product. So he sells swim diapers, and he thought, this is going to be great. This guy has tons of followers. Well, it was out of a 17-minute video on this influencer's channel. It was 13 minutes in, They said his name wrong, the brand name wrong, and it was like this and out. Nothing. And he had to pay quite a bit of money for it. That was useless. So one of the things you really want to do when you're looking at influencers, do they fit your personality? Are they in your niche? Check. Just don't reach out to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. It's the amount of research that you'll do, or if you get your VA to do it, or if you've got somebody doing research on it, just make sure it fits your brand's personality and that they're real. And that's the other thing. I could talk about this at the end, but I might as well just get this out now. There are a lot of fake influencers out there. And, it's very easy to find out the fake ones, very easy. All you have to do is take a look at their followers. I mean, if they have 100,000 followers, 200,000 followers, check their engagement. If their engagement is extremely low, there's an issue. If their engagement has a lot of, that's awesome, beautiful, amazing, emoji, these are bots. And, you just get rid of it. You don't even have to look at them. There's a lot of these type of influencers on paid platforms. So, you do have to check. Usually on a paid platform, you'll have a chance to take a look at their Twitter account, their Facebook account, their YouTube account, and you can make that decision. So anyways, I think probably, where I should start is really talk about what is an influencer. And so, if you want me to start there, David, I'm just taking control of this, and I should.
No, absolutely. I mean, you have a lot of knowledge in this space. So I guess, so how about this? Before we get to that, what is an influencer? I guess, well, actually, no, let's talk about what is an influencer, right? Because I think we need to understand, one, what is an influencer? But also I think we should tackle, for people who are not as advanced or not, maybe huge budgets, and they maybe to get smaller influencers, how do we start that process, right? So even in my business right now, I know a little bit about it, but I don't know exactly how to start that process. What are good terms? What should I be asking them? What should they be, if I have to pay them, like how much should I be paying them? Or what do the offers look like? I think those are things that'd be probably valuable all the way from the lower, smaller companies all the way to the larger ones. So, but yeah, let's definitely start off with what is an influencer, and then we can jump into how do we structure some of these deals, and what can we offer, for example, for our brand to help build our brand?
Yeah. And at the end of the day, just imagine somebody giving you tons of user content and they're still paying for your product. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what you're getting. But all right. So the Wilfred Lightheart, he's a buddy of mine. He's over at Digital Blacksmiths. He tells me, he says that's something that's famous, or not famous, but I love when I'm talking about influencers. You have to be engaged before you get married. And it's true with influencers. You have to, what our technique is usually is to go out, find an influencer that's in a specific niche. So, in the pet space, okay, you can drill down even further. Are they in the dog space? Can you drill down further? Are they in the small dog space? So now you're getting a niche audience. You can also go out and go to like a dog or the pet, but you're best if you start getting these influencers that have your specific niche. You can go broad, later on.
Let me interject one. So when we're talking about influencers, are we looking at platforms like Instagram, Amazon, Instagram, YouTube?
Oh, there's influencers on Amazon.
TikTok. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, so Amazon does have an influencer network. So, but
they do.
You can go on to any social media platform and find the influencers. So these, and I should go back, I didn't explain it right, but influencers are people that have a network of people, an audience that listen to them. Like they're either engaged with them, they like what they have to say, they have this network that they can help based on their what's the best way of saying this? Based on how they portray your product, their followers will listen to them for the most part. And so you can find these influencers almost anywhere, almost in any social media platform. And the types of influencers you're looking for, so there's 5 types of influencers. And the influencers that are the easiest to approach, that have the best network, that have within that niche, are the influencers that we call nano-influencers. Nano-influencers have under 10,000 followers. I think you want to go between 1,000 and 10,000. They are the easiest to approach. And the way that you would approach these people is that you would take a look, you would find them, just do a popular hashtag, or you could find them on Google. Like you can, and I'll show you that in a second how to do it. Okay. But you can just search them out on Google very easily, just niche specific. You could be looking under dog influencers, dog bloggers, and it'll come up. Or if you're into Instagram, there are certain ways to find the best influencers within Instagram, within Facebook, within YouTube, but they're all there. They're popular, or you can check out how popular they are. But the nano-influencer, you would follow, you would engage with. So if they're putting up posts, you would say, hey, this is great. I really love to get more information, or just whatever it is. And then after a little bit of time goes by, you direct message them. Hey, I've been following you for X. I really love the content. I have this. Would you like to, can I send you one, or something along those lines? And a lot of the times that's where your engagement goes. Now, the nano-influencer, I love because most of the time it's free content. So they're impressed that you're impressed.
So you say it's free because really you're giving them the product and they're okay with that. Versus
they're getting the product and
actually paying them
free, and they're ecstatic that somebody noticed them.
Okay.
Awesome. And it's a compliment. So some, and you can pay like $10, $25. Some will go probably as high as $100, but I probably wouldn't pay $100 for a nano-influencer. Mm-hmm. Okay. Most of the time I find that they're free, and they have a small network, but the engagement is high. They truly have the influence, that power over their friends and family and the people that tie in. Maybe they write incredibly well when they have their blog. Okay, so a lot of influencers have a blog. They share their blog articles in social media. They might run higher perceived value products. Anyways, nano-influencers are the easiest and the fastest way to start off, and is dirt cheap. The other way to get into the influencer market is to go to a paid subscription, like Thomason, Upfluence, BuzzSumo. They all have platforms where you can go in, you can find influencers. They have filters for your niche, how many followers, everything that you need to know. And then you can target them, or you can put out a campaign and say, this is what I'm looking to promote. You could actually write it in, like with Thomason, you can write what you want the influencer to post with the picture and everything. And you can get 10, 20, 100 influencers posting on their network what you want. And it's very inexpensive. Like Thomason is like, depending on the package, but like $49.95 and up. BuzzSumo is $99. So there's lots of ways to do it. Mm-hmm. The other way of finding these influencers is you can find journalists or bloggers through Haro, Help a Reporter. It's actually called Help a Reporter Out, but it's helpareporter.com. And these reporters or these bloggers are looking for content. Well, guess what? You get their information. You can send them, information about what you're looking for, and you'll start to talk back and forth. Oh, I should get through the 5 tiers. You've got nano, you've got micro. Micro goes up to 100,000. Okay. You've got mid-tier, which goes up to 250,000. You've got mid-tier, macro. Mega goes up to 2.5 million, and then 2.5 million plus is your celebrity.
Gotcha. Wow. I mean, I think 2.5 million is a celebrity too, to be honest with you. But I can definitely see how things would change once you start reaching out to some of those mega obviously celebrity is going to change. Definitely Meg is going to change. I think maybe a lot of the people that probably be listening to this podcast are going to be in that micro or nano. And then you said, what was
Nano's
next
the
after
best.
that?
Yep. Yeah,
What is
Nano
after
is definitely the best. And that's 10,000 followers.
What is after nano?
After Nano's micro.
Micro. So I think nano and micro. Micro is up to the 250,000 you said roughly?
Yeah.
Or,
and you're going to spend, you're starting to look at, $50 or $100, but these type of influencers know they're influencers.
Mhm.
And if you're looking for something very specific, so this is actually a huge benefit to finding an influencer and building that influencer network. So can you imagine if you have a product that you're launching on Amazon, you've pre-made a list of influencers before your product launch, and you can say to a group of them, say, oh, could you highlight this benefit in this unboxing video or in this image? Can you talk about this in your blog? So that's the first thing. And then you get this other group and you say, can you take a look at this product benefit feature, show the instructions? Can you do an unboxing image or photo? Can you pose with it? Can you, if you're a chef, can you cut with it? Can you add not only this, but can you share a recipe with us that we can add to our group? And all of a sudden you're getting all this user generated content. Like Paul, over the last 3 months, he's got 2,000 images to put on Amazon posts to repurpose. And it's all about his swim diapers. And, what's interesting is now the influencer has turned into a brand ambassador.
Yes.
So when you can convert, so getting an influencer does not have to go out and find them on searching for them. They can be your repeat customer if you've already got a brand out there.
Mm-hmm.
If you can find those repeat customers, they love your product. They're passionate probably about your product, and you could convert them. They're already at the influencer stage. You can ask them to become an influencer. You can ask them to become a brand ambassador, which takes it one step further. And a lot of times with brand ambassadors, they enter into an agreement. Okay, over a 3 months period, can you do 3 images, 1 video, whatever it is, and we want to own the content. Okay, or we want to share ownership of the content, because if you don't know who owns the content, sometimes they'll hesitate. Like that YouTube video I was talking to you about, Paul didn't have the rights. After he paid for it, he didn't have the rights to use it.
Right.
So anyways, by doing all of this and getting people that are passionate, even these influencers, if they really love your product, now you can convert them to this brand ambassador who is paying, and they might get like 50% off. They might get 75% off. You go to your break even. And at the end of the day, you've got somebody that's posting 3 images, a video, a piece of content, and you've got a 3-month or a 1-year contract that they're going to do this. Why would you not do it?
So there was exactly, and there's one thing, and tell me about this process. And so this is the thought, working with a couple of brands, et cetera. So in brand ambassadorship, I know Instagram is building out these brand ambassador platforms where, these brands can have other people tag on their pages or their profiles, tag these products and stuff like that. So you just have these little marketers all across the world or in the country, sharing your product. But what about this idea also as a brand ambassador? And let's say that you had like a physical product at something, or even consumable, whatever the case is that people are already buying, and you have that influencer or brand ambassador. Let's say you sell them the product at I wouldn't say like a wholesale price, but pretty much a wholesale price, right? You make a little bit of money off of that, but you sell them this product, and then they can go in and start to make money off of your product by selling it to their audience, for example. Is that another part of brand ambassadorship that you would recommend, or not really?
You could, sure. I mean, they could become a marketer for you in that way. They could be like a distributor. A lot of the times brand ambassadors or influencers will have an affiliate link going back to your product, something like that. You can also provide, like there's gamification, right? So you can provide a contest or something where not only does the influencer get the product, they get 10 products that they can give out. And at the end of the day, it's a cash reward or something along those lines. You have to be careful the way that you set them up, but there are regulations on, what you can and can't do to incentivize somebody.
Right.
But anyways, being able to use their network and to leverage the network of an influencer, you get what you pay for. And if you take your time and take a look at the nano to micro, you could build up a really nice network over a period of 3 months, a year. I know at like the chat agency is an influencer marketing company, and it takes about 3 months to start to really get the wheels going, getting people to respond. And I mean, just one of the simple things that you can do too, you can build up an influencer through a Facebook audience. And that's typically how we get the conversation going. We'll drive traffic over to a Facebook messenger bot, basically, looking at, let's say it's in the pet niche, small dogs. Somebody has a small dog or schnauzer, and we're selling, 2-inch bully sticks, or I don't even know if those exist, but 6-inch bully sticks for small dogs. Okay, so we're driving them over there if they're asking for it, or if you get them to bite on, hey, here's a 20% coupon. They're not interested. They're not going to click, but you get their information because they came to your Facebook ManyChat page. You can go back and say, look, how would you like to participate in and get a free product? They get the free product. Now you can hit them up with, oh, hey, did you like the product? And now if the person is starting to get groomed to become an influencer, now you've got somebody that you got for free to try the product, probably leave a review for you. And by the way, help with your sales velocity, because if you're launching, you need these types of people. But because you approach them and because you're allowed to reapproach them, they start to like your product. Okay, I've got a small dog. I've got this schnauzer who loves the product. Yes. Oh, and if I become a brand ambassador, I get it for 50% off. And I just have to take these pictures.
So actually, speaking of launches, that's a good segue. I know there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be at different parts of their business. They could be launching a new product, relaunching a new product, because I know over the last year or so, people have gone through logistical nightmares getting their products in stock, or they could just be maybe advancing their ranking or trying to boost their rank or keep their velocity on Amazon. So can you talk a little bit about how these brand ambassadors and having these influencers could help ranking on Amazon and what you've seen as a result of kind of implementing some of these strategies?
Sure, absolutely. So the very first thing is these ambassadors, because of their user-generated content, like let's say they're writing a blog and they're getting out there, so they're getting ranked. Well, this allows you to have authority, because if people go and they check out, let's say that you start off with a good website, a little bit of social media that you're showing some of these pre-launch images. So you're putting those in, you're looking like you're a bit more of authority. You're real. People will start to trust you. So during that launch phase, if you've got very little reviews and you're brand new, or if you're trying to relaunch, people are going to click off. I do it all the time. I go and see if this person is real. I check out their website. I check out, and getting the influencers to be part of your pre-launch is a key. So getting the user-generated content, the images, you can start putting it into Amazon posts. You can put it into Facebook or Instagram to show the social proof that you're real and people love your product. The next part to this is when you do launch. So part of our launch strategy, it has been for probably, I don't know, probably at least a couple of years, bringing in influencers. So influencers or rebates, we tell you, our launch strategy is 4 things. Okay. PPC, press releases tied into rebates, Amazon posts. I was almost going to give you the middle finger.
Don't do that.
and influencers. And that is basically our secrets to success right there. So what we'll do is we'll go out, we'll try to get people interested in our, either using, if we're cross promoting a product that we've already had, using that list, or if we have a product of interested people in that niche, if we have a captivated audience, we'll use those emails first. We'll also create other audiences on Facebook, or lookalike audiences on Facebook, drive traffic over to a landing page or into our Facebook Messenger to try to get some interest. Most of that interest is, we're not giving away anything for free at first. We're giving away a discount because somebody who wants a really high quality product might buy it at a discount.
Okay.
Usually, if it's not a heavy discount, you don't see that great traction, but we try it around 30%, or we go buy one, get one free. That usually brings us up to a break even. So it's not like rebates when you're giving like out of your pocket, right?
Gotcha.
This helps you target influencers who you can tell what keywords to use, what ASIN to target. So if you're going, like, let's say you want to go back to your product page or to your storefront or to wherever you want, you can drive that traffic that way. That influencer will put that onto their website, and the people seeing that this is a brand new product that they're kind of endorsing will click on it to buy it, because, you know, they believe if this person's got it in a picture and they're wearing this purse, or they've got this new. I'll give you an example of an influencer that happened that on a launch actually was a horrible thing, but it was a good thing. We had a very well-known celebrity assistant buy our shampoo for this celebrity.
Okay.
He posted it was the best shampoo he's ever had on his own. But he was an influencer because he was this big celebrity. We sold out immediately. Like within a week and a half, 2 weeks, we sold out. And we're not talking like 10 bottles. I'm not sure if it was 5,000 or 10,000 units we had, but it was a ton. Then, because it was an influencer, guess what happened? We ended up with well over 10%, more like 20% reviews. Amazon suspended our listing because they said it was review manipulation.
Wow.
It took us 6 months for Amazon to put back the listing because it was suspended. It took another 3 months to allow reviews. And oh my gosh, I shouldn't even say this, but the first review was a 1 star. It was a 1 star. And anyway, we got around it, but that is the power of a influencer.
So guys, for some of the beginners, if you haven't really been in this space too long, you would know that a 10 to 20% review rate is insane. It's completely bonkers. In most cases, on average, if you do nothing, you get about a 1%. If you're doing really well, you can get a 3%. Pushing at 5 and above is kind of like pushing the limits here, you know, on most products. But when you have a 10 to 20% review ratio, that is absolutely insane. But brands do this all the time. When you have people who are going to be pushing your product, or you have celebrities in this particular case, going on and reviewing is what people do. They're going to talk about it regardless. And so unfortunately, that kind of kicks off this Amazon's bots and algorithms like, oh no, there must be something wrong going here. You can't have this good of a brand. And then they run into issues and problems like this. But glad you guys were able to work through that. But just it's one of those things, you know, but this is all part of the business. We understand this. But if you had that much pent up demand for your product that you've already sold out of, I'm fairly certain that you guys were selling this outside of Amazon too. And then when you got it back on Amazon, you just kept the ball rolling kind of thing. So
yeah. And you know, this is leveraging another network. So it was on Walmart, but where this actually blossomed was on eBay.
Wow.
Yeah.
eBay.
So
that's throwing it back for me.
Yeah. And eBay, by the way, I know we're going a bit off topic, but eBay is not the eBay of 10 years ago that really sucked. eBay is it's a force to be reckoned with.
Really?
And you can make a heck of a lot of money on a private label. Like if private label sellers are not looking at eBay, they're missing out.
Interesting. Maybe that could be a topic for another time because honestly, I'm not looking in eBay's direction at all. I had an eBay store back in college because I was spending way too much money on food and didn't want to tell my dad. So I wanted to make a little bit of money, and I was actually drop shipping before it was called drop shipping. It's part of my story. You can find it somewhere. And I just had some distributors in Texas or across the country, and it was reselling stuff on eBay. And that's kind of how I remember it right now. I haven't touched it in years. I mean, absolutely. Like when I, gone off to like corporate and done my corporate thing, I haven't touched selling on eBay in years, et cetera. So I'm not really sure how to actually perform right now on there. I know it's not like probably like rocket science, but I don't know what the platform has as far as the competition when they're dealing with like Walmart coming in right now. You had this private label, just Shopify, people building their own websites, and you have Amazon, obviously, which is a force to be reckoned with, right? So that'd be a really interesting topic to kind of dive into in the future here. So you dropped some bombs today, and I'm hoping people found some value. So, but I'm going to pick a little bit more here for you, if you don't mind, to squeeze a little bit of meat and potatoes out of it. So if you were going to, if you're going to give some, like, hey, you can implement this in the next couple days or the next week or two, what would that be? What would that look like?
Probably just searching hashtags would probably be the best thing. And I'm going to give this to you. I've already got a slide for you, okay, but it's using a search string, and it's a search string that you would put into Google that if you want to find, oh my gosh, I'm going to give you two gold, like these, I hate using the word nuggets, but these are nuggets. And I got the first one from Dan Fernandez over at Thomason, okay, what's a paid influencer platform. But he was telling me that this is how he finds new influencers. So I thought, okay, this has got to be legit. Go in and type site, S-I-T-E, and I'm going to give you the slide, but site : Instagram.com space, whatever your keyword is. Okay, so let's say it's bully sticks. So I'm going to put site : Instagram.com bully sticks and space the word advertising. That way I'm going to get people who are interested in advertising bully sticks or pets or dogs, whatever that keyword is, on Instagram. And then in quotations, get this, in quotations, put Instagram photos and videos, and then minus explore. So this search string alone will save you tons of times. It's going to go through, and so it's going to look at Instagram. It's going to look at people who want to advertise. They have photos and videos, and that minus explore is going to cut out all the junk.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's awesome.
Just do that, and that's going to help you out a lot.
We'll do we'll work some magic and have one of the video editors put that, the information.
The string in there. So do that tech thing.
Absolutely.
And then the other one, and this one, I mean, I've got this as well, but you can just remember this one. Let's say that you have bully sticks again, and you go to one of the top blogs. You just search like dog blog or bully stick blogger, or dog influencer, whatever it is. Let's say you come up at Purina.com. I'm using that just for an example.
Yep.
And you see this incredible blog article that is it's perfect. Okay, that you can share out on your social media if you want. It's not the reason for it. You go back into Google, and all you do is type this related : and take the URL and put it in front. And guess what's going to happen? All the related blog articles that are tied into that, which are the influencers, are going to just populate your Google feed.
Interesting.
Two easy ways to go and find your influencers. I think those are probably these, between BuzzSumo, Upfluence, Thomason, doing those search strings, and then going to Harrow is another one, is a free one. That will give you plenty to go off of. And then you can just do some time, just go in and play around with TikTok. Now this is something else. There's different, based on the platform, there's different costs. Instagram's probably the most expensive. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Pinterest, next to nothing. TikTok is still next to nothing compared to like you can have somebody that has 2 million followers on TikTok and you'll pay more for somebody that has 250,000 followers on Instagram.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the TikTok influencers just seem to it just seems to be a different breed. Like they're not just dollar focused. They just want to have fun.
Got you. Interesting, man. There's definitely some gems, some bombs being dropped there. So I really appreciate that. Norm, man, it's been a pleasure, speaking with you. And, actually, before we end this, I do want to ask one thing, though. Pinterest, a lot of talk has been about Pinterest and driving some traffic. I mean, so basically, I know a lot of people's launch strategies have been drive traffic from as many different external sources as you possibly can. Facebook, Instagram, you can do
Everything.
YouTube, Pinterest, but touch on a little bit about Pinterest, because honestly, that is a whole nother realm for me. I dug on Pinterest to get some ideas about stuff I want to do, remodel the house or something like that, but I haven't really approached it. I looked at getting different ideas for products, and see what kind of is, kind of hot right now, or different ideas. If I have a product idea, like, is it taking form or shape somewhere else? Are people doing things like of this nature, even looking at Etsy in some cases? But what does Pinterest look like as far as kind of a marketing external source, if you will?
I probably haven't used Pinterest as much as I should. Pinterest has the highest order value of any of the social platforms. It's still targeted
order value as in customers going to something, looking at something on Pinterest and converting somewhere else type of thing,
and buying. So
wow.
If it might be Instagram might have a $22 value, Pinterest might have a $72 value. I don't know what that value is, but I know out of all the social media platforms, that's the place that has the highest average order value. Wow. And mostly women. That demographic still hasn't changed.
Okay.
But there's a few things you can do with Pinterest, like Tim Jordan and Bradley Sutton did their Project X on how to source really cool products on Pinterest. That's one way of doing it, but then being able to drive traffic by able to create your own boards, it's a different way of doing it. But the other thing that Pinterest just launched, and I just learned about it, and I got to explore this. Who was it that was telling me? Oh, it was Sumner Hobart that was telling me that he's using Pinterest Shorts now, and he's getting really great results.
I didn't even know.
I've never heard of Pinterest Shorts
until I never knew that existed.
So I got to check that out. But yeah, being able to take a promoted post or a pin or whatever they're called and drive them over to a landing page or over to your Amazon listing is definitely a way to go. There's lots of people that are on Pinterest, and it's a different type of demographic. So, it might be, if yours is more female oriented, it might be the perfect spot to go, like beauty products or, something like that.
Got you. Well, man, Norm, so I appreciate you dropping all the knowledge today on the podcast, man. It was great to have you on. Again, just for the people who want to hear it one more time, and where can people find you?
All right. Well, I know where they can find me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We have a podcast called Lunch with Norm, and that's at noon Eastern Standard Time. If they want, pretty much all the different services that I have are at normfarrar.com, or just shoot me an email or a personal message on Facebook, or my email is norm@amz, like Amazon.club.
Awesome. Norm, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you, man, and pick your brain about this stuff. This is stuff I will definitely be implementing in my business. I think that right now, as I've been waiting for the last 2 months to get my products in, and still waiting, I can definitely implement this and get this going, because I'm ordering, I think I have 3 containers, 3 20-footers on order right now.
Wow.
And so I'm ready to it's relaunching a product pretty much. I've been out of stock since, January, February. So here I am. But I definitely want to implement some of these strategies that you mentioned today in the podcast. So, man, again, thank you very much. Sorry for the technical difficulties earlier, but we got it done.
No
so
problem.
I appreciate you. We'll definitely be speaking again soon.
Very good. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Take care. What a wealth of knowledge Norm is. He also wanted me to share a couple of pieces of information with you. So if you're looking back at this or watching this on video, maybe YouTube or IG, here's some of the information that he wanted to show you guys, some of the links that he had mentioned earlier in the podcast, and also some of his processes and flow when reaching out to different influencers and brand ambassadors that you may want for your brand. Again, if you're looking for more information and content like this, just follow us on our socials. All right. FeedbackWhiz on IG, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. All right, guys. It's been a pleasure, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and for more information, please visit feedbackwhiz.com.